Hello students, today we will see balancing of chemical reaction part 2 of lesson number 1 of class 10. Let's see now how to balance the chemical reaction. There are few steps in balancing the chemical reaction. So in that number 1, if we get any reaction, sometimes we find balanced reaction. Like there are two types of reaction. One is balanced reaction. Balanced reaction, and second is unbalanced reaction. From the word equation, when we write equation without balancing, without taking care of the left and right side of the equation, then we get the unbalanced reaction, and that unbalanced reaction also called skeletal reaction. Now see the example, like if you take iron Fe plus H2O, so it gives Fe3O4 plus H2. This is the given reaction. Left hand side of the reaction and the right hand side of the reaction is not balanced. Balancing is what? Number of atoms present on left hand side and on the right hand side must be equal. Now let's see in the step 1. So first we need to create the boxes. Draw boxes around the molecule. Fe here like this box plus H2O, this box is equal to Fe3O4 Fe3O4 plus H2. So this is what first draw boxes around the molecules. This is what step number 1. Step 2, you have to find out in the step 2 how many number of atoms are there on left hand side as well as on right hand side. That means find the number of atoms. Find the number of atoms on left side as well as on right side. Let's see, create a box, write down the name of element, then write number of atoms on left hand side and number of atoms on right hand side. Let's see now. First, iron. So how many number of irons are present? 1 on left hand side. Here 3. So how many number of hydrogens are present? Here 2 and here also 2. And then I'll cut over here. So number of atoms present, that is oxygen. So oxygen number of atoms are here 1 and here 4. Now these two steps we have to again balance. In the third step we will find out what to do in third step. Let's see. Now see, in this reaction Fe plus H2O is equal to Fe3O4 and H2. So in this reaction which molecule contains highest number of atoms? That is Fe3O4. So here we will select Fe3O4. So this molecule contains 4 plus 3, 7 number of atoms. Then see another H2O. How many number of atoms are present? So here are 3 atoms. So that's why, so this molecule we have to select. In this molecule oxygen contains highest number. That's why start balancing oxygen first. Now in the fourth step, balance oxygen. Because oxygen is present in highest number in the given reaction, and out of all reactant and the product, so oxygen is highest in the product. So this molecule is selected. Now balancing of oxygen. Now let's see, so what is the initial number on left hand side as well as on right hand side. First you need to write down the oxygen. And for this oxygen, so how many number of atoms are present on left hand side? How many are present on the right hand side? Oxygen, what is the initial number? First see initial number. So how many numbers are present left hand side? Here for this oxygen 1. So 1 is present over in which molecule? H2O. And here on right hand side, here 4 in which molecule? Fe3O4. 4 in Fe3O4. Now to balance, we have to balance now. For balancing, so we need 4 atoms of oxygen over this side also. Here you write down, so 4 are there, highest number on this right hand side, and now here we need to have 4 number of oxygen. That's why, so this 1 will be in calculation to 4. So this is what 4 number. Once you get this, then this reaction you have to write down, means new reaction you will be writing in this way, like Fe, it is in the boxes now. So all they are in boxes. So now you have to multiply. This is the coefficient. Now here you need to put 4H2O. Now this reaction is called partially balanced reaction. This reaction is called partially balanced reaction. That means that is not the fully balanced reaction. Let's see now in step 5 what we are going to do. Step 4 again we have to repeat. Now let's see step 5, balance iron atom. Now how many number of irons are present? 3. Now here write the iron, write the initial number of iron 1 in Fe. On right hand side, this side we have 3 in Fe3O4. So in this way, to balance this left hand side, we have to multiply by 3 coefficient to left hand side iron. That's why we get the partially balanced reaction 3Fe, 4H2O, Fe3O4 and H2. This is what in step 5 we balance the iron. Now let's see step 6. Now we have to balance hydrogen atom, because here hydrogen atoms are 8 and here hydrogen atoms are only 2. So for balancing the hydrogen atom in this reaction, so we have to again write the hydrogen over here, then write left hand side and the right hand side. Initial number of atoms of hydrogen on the left hand side we know they are 8, and initial number is 2 on the right hand side. So to balance, what we have to do, this 8 number we have to match on this side. So 4 number we have to multiply by 4 coefficient to this 2. So write this 4 coefficient over here in front of hydrogen, and then we will find the balance reaction. Now you see 3Fe plus 4H2O is equal to Fe3O4 plus 4H2O. Now this reaction is balanced. Here 8 hydrogen, this side 8 hydrogen, here 4 oxygen, here this side 4 oxygen, 3 iron, this side 3 iron, in this way. So this chemical reaction is called the balanced chemical reaction. But from this reaction we don't understand in what state these chemicals are present in the reaction. That's why this reaction is incomplete, because it is necessary to understand the states of this chemical reaction, in which state they are present. So this iron is present in the solid form. That's why we have to write down this S. S stands for solid. So this C S. To the next step, that is step number 7. Step number 7. In this step, we have to mention the physical state of the chemical reagent. Physical state. So how to write the physical state? That is very important. Physical state, we understand from that physical state in which state so these chemical compounds are present, whether they are solid, liquid or gases or something else, what are the conditions utilized. So this we will see in the next slide. Now see in step 7, where we need to mention the physical states of all the chemical. Let's see, this iron is always found in solid state. So S stand for solid state. So this solid state we have to write as a subscript in the form of a small s over here. So water is always found in the liquid form. That's why we have to write down as L. So if we write L as a subscript, then it is called liquid state. Generally solvents are always for the solvent we use this L. Fe3O4 always it is found in solid state, and here hydrogen in gaseous state, and G stands for gaseous state. In this way, without mentioning state, it is not possible to understand the chemical reaction. Besides this state, If suppose gas is produced during the reaction, so obviously it will release from the reaction mixture. That's why this upper headed arrow we have to put just besides this H2 gas. So this arrow indicate that the gas is formed. And in some cases downward arrows are shown. So this indicate that the precipitate PPT is formed. So in this way, so different indications are there. Suppose in case on the surface of arrow, if we have on the surface of arrow, if we write some conditions like conditions on the arrow, generally reactions takes place in presence of certain conditions. Without condition, no reaction can happen. So that's what is the condition. Sometimes we mention this delta, that is the sign of a heat. That means some amount of heat is required to carry out this reaction. Sometimes we write catalyst like palladium or nickel. They are called the catalyst. Catalysts are the chemicals which enhances the rate of reaction. What it is? So it increases the rate of reaction. It increases rate of reaction. Rate of reaction means speed of the reaction. Speed of the reaction. So what are those catalysts? Catalysts can be any chemical or anything else which we utilize so during the chemical reaction. If we conduct this reaction in presence of sunlight, then sunlight, heat, catalyst. So these are the enhancers for increasing the rate of reaction. If suppose we have this arrow, like this is what arrow, so this indicate that the reaction is in forward direction. So this indicate forward direction of the reaction. That means reaction can be forward as well as backward. And if you find this arrow is this way, then this reaction I will draw here. If suppose this arrow is in this direction, then it's called the backward reaction. Backward reaction. In this way, states of physical state of the chemical reactions are mentioned. S stands for solid, L stands for liquid, G stands for gaseous state, and this upward arrow stands for gas is released during the chemical reaction. Downward arrow indicate that the PPT or the solid formation takes place in the reaction. Forward arrow means this arrow indicates the forward direction of the reaction. This arrow indicates the backward direction of reaction. Sometimes we write, so on the surface of the arrow there are conditions. Sometimes we mention even temperature also. Suppose if the reaction is taking place at 100 degrees Celsius temperature, we write temperature on this temperature, or sometimes we can write on the pressure in the Pascal. This is the unit of the pressure, or Newton per meter square. So these are the conditions in presence of which the reaction takes place. So this is what here we get the complete reaction, and this is what we understood the balancing of chemical reaction. 5-6 steps are there that you need to revise. Thank you. Now in some reactions, examples, we will see examples of few reactions given in the NCERT book. You know, methanol molecule we can prepare so from the hydrogen gas. So when methane when carbon monoxide gas reacts with H2, then it produces CH3OH. This is the methanol in the liquid state. So carbon monoxide is in the gaseous form, hydrogen is in the gaseous form, and then this hydrogen, if you twice hydrogen, balance the chemical reaction. This is C1, here 3, 1, and this oxygen is 1. So this reaction is carried out in presence of 340 atm pressure. That means this indicates the condition at which the reaction takes place. These molecules are in the gaseous form, these molecules are in the gaseous form. We need to compress these gaseous molecules to get this liquid state of methanol. The second reaction, you must be knowing that the photosynthesis, very common reaction, photosynthesis. So if you have glucose, that means preparation of the glucose, formation of a food, 6 carbon dioxide plus 6 water molecules react to produce in presence of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a green pigment which is present in the leaf in presence of sunlight. So these are the conditions of the reaction which we write on the head of the arrow. then we get C6H12O6 plus 6 oxygen molecule, that is in the gaseous form. So overheaded arrow is shown here. This is aqueous form. Aqueous form means it is dissolving water. So this water is in liquid form. Oxygen, carbon dioxide is also in the liquid form. Generally we take it in the gaseous form, but that is in the form of a dissolved carbon dioxide. In this, during photosynthesis process, so this reaction takes place. So these conditions, these reactions we are writing over here only for showing the conditions. Somewhere pressure is the condition, somewhere temperature is the condition, somewhere some molecules are required to enhance the rate of reaction. So this is what chlorophyll, without the chlorophyll it is not possible to carry out this reaction of photosynthesis. Beside this, now on page number next to this, some in-text questions are given. You please solve it and try. In case of a doubt, you can write in the comment. Thank you.